morning, I'm Joey Prayer.
I'm Zanari Prophet.
And this is CHS Media,
your gateway to what's happening now.
Good morning, A+755 family. We are keeping the REAL on Tiger Hill today. Relationships, expectations, accountability, and leadership.
Today is February 10th. Each CHS student is challenged daily to make positive choices, to think analytically, to motivate self and others while preparing to be college and career ready with at least 12 dual credit hours.
The growth mindset word for the month is moment mentality. Moment mentality is the mindset made by famous Kobe Bryant. It is also the relentless focus, discipline, and pursuit of excellence no matter what. Someone with moment mentality doesn't quit when things get hard. They adjust, learn, and outwork everyone.
AWS Infrastructure Apprenticeship. The AWS High School Information Infrastructure Pre-Apprenticeship is a paid program that meets A-Day or B-Day for 8 weeks to prepare for careers that build, connect, power, and operate the infrastructure of our information economy. This hands-on learning training involves working with actual tools and materials used on the job. The program begins March 16th and ends May 15th, 2026, Monday through Friday. Classes will take place at Holmes Community College in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Scan the QR code for more information.
Bi-weekly tests will begin on today. A second and final round of flag football trials will be held only from today, 3:45 until 5 p.m. If you try out, please make sure rides will be on time. There will be a college campus tour of Ole Miss University on February 12th. District basketball playoffs will begin Thursday. The Tigers will travel to Warren Central High School to contend for the district championship.
Seniors, if you would like to apply for the 100 Black Men Scholarship, the deadline is April 17, 2026 at 5 p.m. Further information can be gathered from the documentation found with your counselors or at the front desk. Mock testing will begin on March 2nd and continue through March 6th. Dates will be posted throughout the school as we get closer to testing time. ACT testing will be held here at Kent High School on February 24th.
It's Black History Month. Mark your calendar for the Black History Month program held on February 25th at 5:30. We're excited to celebrate the legacy, culture, contributions that continue to shape our community. And trust us, we have very special guests closing out this program for this year. You don't have to miss it. Practice will be held on February 13th and 18th during the first block. If there are any changes, we will notify you as soon as possible.
Today's two videos feature Fritz Pollard and Clark Atlanta University homecoming. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to A Moment in History. I'm Seth Udinsky. Well, in 1919, the foundations of a new professional football organization were laid with the creation of the American Professional Football Association, which in 1920 would become an official sports organization and in 1922 be rebranded as the National Football League. In 1919, before the NFL even existed, an African-American star burst onto the scene as one of the great stars in the league and the first black player, a running back for the Akron Pros named Fritz Pollard. Pollard served his country during World War I, and following the American victory in the war, he had the opportunity to both coach college football and play professionally in Akron, Ohio. Almost 30 years before baseball's color barrier was broken, football's never had a chance to be constructed, as Pollard was an explosive tailback for the Pros and led the team to a championship in 1920, which is widely regarded as the first ever NFL championship that was won by a team. Though Jim Crow attitudes were prevalent, Pollard was respected for his stellar play, and in 1921, he also became the first ever African-American coach in the NFL as a player coach for the Pros. Pollard spent 8 seasons in the league before leaving the NFL after the 1926 season. Several years later, he formed an all-black team in Chicago known as the Chicago Blackhawks, and by the way, that's no relation to the present-day hockey team. As for the NFL, there were hardly any more prominent black stars in the league for the 20 years after Pollard's retirement. Some historians believe a resegregation of the league took place after Pollard's departure, which required then a second integration to occur in 1946, when the Los Angeles Rams and Cleveland Browns welcomed black players onto their squads. Pollard, meanwhile, remained a titanic figure and an ambassador for American football in the years after his playing days were over. In 1954, he received induction into the College Football Hall of Fame, and in 2005, almost 20 years after his death at age 92, he was voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, just 20 miles south of where he first made a name for himself as America's first professional football star. Thanks so much for joining me once again for A Moment in History.
The Black History videos are so insightful. It's amazing to learn about such a rich history. It's that time again, birthday time. Put your hands together for birthday time. Let's see who is celebrating a birthday today. Zakayla Anderson and Deasia Van Buren. Happy birthday to you both.
Since we're celebrating, we would like to shout out Teacher of the Month, Mr. Robertson. Staff Member of the Month, Mr. Roberts. And Student of the Month, Sharon Nichols, and me, Joey Prayer. Congratulations to you all. Now we have our final words from Principal Johnson.
Good morning, Canton High School. Just a few announcements as we go ahead with our day. So, just real quickly, students, I wanted you guys to be aware of some things that's going on in regards to your success here at Canton High. So, on Thursday, you guys should be receiving your progress reports. So, you need to make sure that you take the time to look at those and just make sure that everything is there as far as your grades and things. So if you know that you missed school, then it's going to be your responsibility to make sure you follow up with your teachers. Also, we will be having 9 weeks testing on February the 20th, where we will start with 5th through 8th block. And then on the 23rd, we will be having first through fourth block 9 weeks testing. So after that, please be aware, and I've mentioned this on several times in regards to the ACT. So we know that on the 24th, we'll be giving the ACT. So to those students who will not be taking the ACT, you guys will have the opportunity to participate in the career fair. So we're going to have different things going on. So you don't have to take that time to say, hey, I'm not coming to school. No, don't do that, because we will have additional things going on for you guys. Reality Fair will be on the 26th. This will be for select students in grades 9 through 10. Um, Followed by in March. So let's go ahead to March. Um, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in January, I did state once January is done, it's uphill from there. So that means we have very little time left to just waste. We don't have time to waste at all. So students, be reminded that the first week in March, we're going to start with our benchmark testing. We're starting off with biology 1 on a Monday. And then algebra 1, then English 2 part 1 and part 2. So we have a lot going on. Then you have spring break. You have a time to relax, clear your mind, and then we're kicking it back into state tests. So those seniors who are needing to retest in April, you will be testing April the 8th for biology, April the 9th for Algebra 1, and then April the 14th and 15th for English. So I know I've discussed a lot of dates as far as with testing and things, but I need you guys to be aware of actually what's going on. And I didn't even mention ACT as far as on Saturdays, because of course it's going to be a test on the 14th. So students, it's going to be up to you. It's going to be very important that you guys take the time, look at the dates, know what's going on at this school, do your own research. Seniors, juniors, etc., volunteer, financial aid, all those things need to be taken care of. So I do my part as far as mentioning it to you guys, but you need to do your part as far as making sure you carry through with it. So I'm going to end it here. I always say this: those AirPods, headphones, phones, I don't want to see them. When you are coming in the morning time, please be clear and understand at 8 o'clock. That's the shut off time for breakfast. So you need to make sure you get on to class, and also make sure that you guys are coming to school daily, not getting checked out, but coming to school, getting your work done. And I promise you, everything else will work itself out. With that being said, as always, we are keeping it real here on Tiger Hill 755. Have a great one.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Remember, this platform is created for us to not only share what's happening at CHS, but also an opportunity to promote school spirit, develop skills, build a sense of community, and encourage student voice.
In honor of Valentine's Week, we will give you the opportunity to shout out your Valentine. The media team has created a backdrop where you can stand and wish your Valentine a happy Valentine's Day. You don't have to state a name and you don't have to be over the top. Just drop by and shout out your Valentine or Valentines.
Are you a part of the Stanley craze? We want to see your collection of Stanley Cups. Send all the photos to chsmedia26@gmail.com. It must be in photos with all of your Stanleys.
We want to feature you on CHS Media. If you are an entrepreneur, this is your opportunity to showcase your business. Can you do hair, nails, graphic shirts, or even car detailing? The TikTok dance of the week will be Baby Baby by Ashanti. Get in on the fun.
This brings us to the end of the show, and we hope you have enjoyed and paid close attention to everything mentioned. And as always, we are
Keeping it real on Tiger Hill 755. Have a great one.